Who hasn't lost one of these, or as paintball players like to say, had stolen? And for something that only costs $2, we seem to treat them as if they're worth their weight in gold, and they run away from us like an orphan sock. So if you are no longer interested in putting black electrical tape or duct tape on your pod to identify it as yours, since everyone seems to be doing that now, why not do something that is a little more personal and says you? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do this yourself, and end to end, it's about a 30-minute process. The only unique items you're going to need that you don't already have around the house are going to be silicone and Mod Podge. The things that you're going to need at home are simply going to be Photoshop, your PC of course, a printer, scissors, and perhaps maybe a black magic marker. What's important to understand is when you create these graphics in whatever graphic program you want, like Photoshop or Word, whatever it is, you're going to create two graphics. You're going to create first your icon itself, which I want you to make round. I want you to make it round for a number of reasons. Elegance is predicated on fewer parts, and two, it picks up the graphic, the background itself. You want to work from the element you're working on. So if this was a square top, we'd have a square graphic on there. But just as important, I'd much rather have you cut out a circle than something intricate. Who can't cut a circle? We want to keep this whole thing simple, right? And if you did an intricate logo that you wanted to cut out with like your X-Acto knife or your scissors, then you're going to get all bound up on it and it's not going to look very good. So I want you guys to stick to the circle emblem. I want it to be exactly 2 inches across, 2 inches from here to here. And when you lay these out in this graphic, the graphic can be any size. But then when you bring that graphic over into your next document, okay, your second document is going to be 8.5 by 11, and it's going to be 300 resolution. At that point, as you can see in the graphic that I'm showing you as an overlay now, you're going to see that that is laid across enough to fit 5 rows of 4 or 5 rows of 4 columns across the page so you can print them all. And I'm sure you know how to do that. If you don't, then you're going to have a friend help you. Now the process is obviously very simple. You're going to cut them out, and then when you get to the point where you're going to lay them onto the pod lid, you're going to take them and you're going to use a little bit of the silicone first. Now the reason why we use silicone and not some other glue like Elmer's glue or Gorilla Glue is because it's going to set up nicely, it's going to cure quickly, and it's going to weather well in hot and cold weather. Silicone is going to also allow you to move this around the first time you lay it down without this being like a wet surface. It also doesn't affect the color fast of whatever it is you print and put on here. It's not going to permeate the paper and ruin your image. So after about 15 minutes, your silicone will have set up and it'll cure inside 20. At that point, you can put your Mod Podge on the top, and you just put that on. Now you'll notice that the Mod Podge goes on white, but it cures and it sets up clear. So the more you put on, the longer it'll take to cure, and the longer it'll take before it turns white and it's dry. So that's it. It's a very simple process. It only took you 20 minutes. Guys, if you like this project and you're proud of it, you can put them up on my Facebook wall at DangerMan's Lair. And if you really want to do me a big solid, follow me on Twitter, and you can comment on DangerMan's Lair in terms of what videos you'd like to see me do in the future. All right, guys, what's DangerMan say?
It's too much for any man!